Training data collectors. Data can answer important questions about a program. Training data collectors to gather data consistently and without bias helps ensure the data are high quality and accurately reflect reality. First, you should determine who to train. Choosing people who are not directly affected by the results can help ensure data collectors remain objective and do not influence respondents. For example, a program facilitator should not be chosen as a data collector for their own classroom. Consider the skills, knowledge, and background needed for different types of data. For example, for focus groups, you might choose a data collector with experience working with youth and general knowledge of the topics being covered, whereas less experienced staff might administer surveys. Next, determine relevant training topics for your data collectors. It's important to discuss the purpose and goals of the data collection. Data collectors should understand how the information they gather will be used and should be able to answer questions from youth or their guardians about its use. Before training, develop a training packet with standardized materials to promote consistent data collection. Those materials may include copies of the survey questions, discussion guides, operational procedures, and consent and assent forms. Consider common questions or challenges that might arise during data collection, such as, what happens if youth do not return their parent or guardian's consent forms? Then develop answers ahead of time. Once the Institutional Review Board approves your data collection plans and materials, schedule training and provide data collectors with materials in advance. During training, review the standardized materials and have data collectors practice using them. Data collectors can practice reading focus group or survey questions and responding to different questions from respondents in a neutral way. For example, if a youth wants to know what a survey question is asking about, data collectors can practice responding neutrally by stating, "whatever it means to you," or prompting the youth to reread the question. Include training on collecting consent from parents, guardians, or youth older than 18, and assent from youth younger than 18. Discuss the information covered in consent and assent forms so data collectors can answer questions about them. Emphasize key pieces of information, such as participation being optional. Discuss your process for collecting parent or guardian consent and youth assent to participate. Finally, discuss what to do with youth who do not assent or do not have parent or guardian consent during data collection. If data collection is in person, make sure data collectors are comfortable in the particular setting and understand how to set up the space for data collection. For example, discuss spacing out desks in a classroom for youth to privately respond to surveys. For virtual data collection, train data collectors to use the virtual platform. Include training on protecting respondents' data. Discuss storing materials safely and protecting personally identifiable information, such as respondent names, birth dates, and home addresses. Train data collectors to securely transport materials, for example by locking completed surveys in the car's trunk when traveling. Be sure to explain what to do and who to report to if anyone outside the data collection team accesses data or materials. Once you have selected relevant training topics, decide what the training will look like. To choose whether to provide training in person or virtually, consider how many staff must be trained, their location, and their experience level. In-person training is effective for complex data collections or inexperienced data collectors. Virtual training can use fewer resources and is appropriate for simple data collections or experienced data collectors. You'll want to use varied formats to deliver training, including presentations and hands-on activities. You can also divide the training into shorter sessions or include breaks. After the training, verify data collectors' knowledge and confidence by administering a post-training quiz or holding one-on-one sessions. For example, have trained data collectors practice several pre-written scenarios they might face when administering a survey to ensure they respond consistently and neutrally. For data collections occurring over a long period, consider offering refresher trainings to help ensure data collectors do not forget important concepts like survey content and procedures. Training data collectors can help you collect high-quality data. To train data collectors, use the information provided in this video to 1. Select data collectors who are objective, unbiased, and have appropriate skills for the type of data being collected. 2. Cover relevant topics for your data collection, including standardized materials, collecting consent and assent, the location or platform of the data collection, and protecting respondents' privacy. And 3. Deliver training in an appropriate and engaging format and provide relevant materials in advance. For more information on training data collectors, please see the accompanying tip sheet, visit our website at Serene.com, or contact the Serene team at sraeta@mathematica-mpr.com.